Every premium cigar begins its story long before it reaches a humidor, a cigar lounge, or the hands of a smoker. What appears to be a simple roll of tobacco is actually the result of years of patience, craftsmanship, and dedication. Behind every premium cigar lies a remarkable journey that starts with something almost invisible, a tiny tobacco seed. Small enough for thousands to fit in the palm of a hand, each seed carries the potential to become part of a world-class cigar enjoyed somewhere across the globe. The journey begins inside carefully controlled greenhouses, where tobacco seeds are planted in specially prepared trays filled with nutrient-rich growing media. Here, temperature, humidity, and sanitation are monitored with precision to create the ideal environment for growth. Over the following weeks, the fragile seedlings develop strong roots and healthy leaves, receiving constant care and attention. Every stage of their development is closely monitored because the quality of a premium cigar is determined long before the tobacco ever reaches the field. After several weeks of growth, the young plants are ready for transplantation. They leave the protection of the greenhouse and enter vast tobacco fields where nature takes over. Under the warmth of the sun and the richness of fertile soil, the plants begin their transformation. But growing premium tobacco is far more demanding than simply planting and waiting. Farmers monitor every field tour daily, ensuring that each plant receives the exact conditions required to produce leaves of exceptional quality. As the plants mature, flower buds begin to appear at the top of the stalk. Surprisingly, these flowers are not allowed to bloom. Workers remove them by hand, forcing the plant to redirect its energy into developing larger, thicker, and more flavorful leaves. The plant constantly attempts to grow new shoots known as suckers, which must also be removed throughout the season. At the same time, irrigation systems provide carefully measured amounts of water directly to the roots, while nutrients, pest control, and disease prevention are managed with extraordinary care. Every decision made in the field influences the character of the tobacco years later. Months pass and the tobacco plants continue to grow taller and stronger. Their leaves expand, developing unique textures, colors, and aromas. Eventually, subtle signs begin to appear. The leaves become heavier, their color starts to change, and the plant signals that harvest time is approaching. Unlike many agricultural crops, tobacco is not harvested all at once. Instead, it is collected gradually in a process known as priming. The lower leaves mature first and are harvested by hand, while the upper leaves remain on the plant to continue developing. Days later, the next level is harvested, followed by another, ensuring that every leaf is picked at its peak maturity. Freshly harvested tobacco is still far from becoming a cigar. The leaves are transported to curing barns, where one of the most important transformations begins. Suspended carefully inside large structures designed to control airflow and humidity, the tobacco slowly begins to change. Over the course of several weeks, the leaves lose much of their moisture. Their bright green color fades into shades of yellow, gold, and eventually rich brown. Chemical reactions occur naturally within the leaf, transforming raw plant material into cigar tobacco. Time becomes the most important ingredient, and nothing can be rushed. Once curing is complete, the tobacco enters the fermentation stage, often considered the heart of premium cigar production. Large quantities of leaves are stacked into massive piles where heat begins to build naturally. Within these carefully monitored stacks, the tobacco undergoes a remarkable transformation. Harsh compounds break down, unwanted elements disappear, and complex aromas begin to emerge. The flavors become smoother, richer and more refined. Workers regularly monitor temperature and humidity, dismantling and rebuilding the piles to ensure every leaf ferments evenly. Depending on the tobacco and the desired result, this process can last months or even years. After fermentation, every leaf is individually inspected and sorted. Skilled tobacco experts evaluate color, texture, elasticity, and overall quality. The finest and most visually appealing leaves are selected as wrappers, the beautiful outer layer that defines a cigar's appearance. Other leaves are designated as binders and fillers, each serving a unique purpose within the final blend. The central stem is carefully removed from many leaves by hand, preparing them for the next stage of production. With the tobacco sorted and prepared, the art of blending begins. Master blenders carefully select leaves from different regions, harvests, and positions on the plant to create a specific flavor profile. Their task is not only to create exceptional taste, but also to maintain consistency year after year. The cigar enjoyed today should deliver the same experience as one enjoyed years from now. Achieving this level of consistency requires decades of experience, an intimate understanding of tobacco, and an extraordinary attention to detail. Before reaching the factory floor, the selected tobacco undergoes an additional aging period. Stored under carefully controlled conditions, the leaves continue to mature and develop complexity. During this time, flavors harmonize and subtle characteristics emerge, adding further depth to the final cigar. Only when the tobacco has reached the desired level of maturity is it approved for production. Inside the cigar factory, centuries of tradition meet remarkable craftsmanship. Skilled artisans begin by carefully assembling the filler leaves that form the heart of the cigar. These are wrapped inside a binder leaf, creating the structure known as the bunch. Each bunch is then placed into molds and pressed to achieve the perfect shape and consistency. Precision is essential, as even the smallest variation can affect the cigar's performance. The next stage is considered by many to be an art form. Expert cigar rollers select flawless wrapper leaves and carefully apply them around each cigar. Every movement is deliberate and refined, reflecting years of training and experience. The wrapper is stretched gently, positioned perfectly, and trimmed with remarkable precision. A well-applied wrapper not only enhances appearance, but also contributes significantly to the cigar's flavor and smoking characteristics. In the hands of a master roller, tobacco is transformed into a finished work of craftsmanship. Even after the cigars are rolled, the journey is not yet complete. The freshly made cigars enter aging rooms where temperature and humidity are carefully controlled. Here, they rest for weeks or months, allowing the different tobacco components to harmonize. Moisture equalizes throughout the cigar. Flavors blend together, and aromas become balanced and refined. This final aging period ensures that every cigar reaches its full potential before being offered to consumers. Once aging is complete, the cigars undergo rigorous quality control inspections. Construction, appearance, consistency, and draw are all carefully evaluated. Only those meeting the highest standards move forward to packaging. The finished cigars are placed into handcrafted wooden boxes, protected and prepared for shipment around the world. What began years earlier as a tiny seed has now completed an extraordinary journey. A journey shaped by nature, guided by knowledge, perfected through patience, and brought to life by countless skilled hands. And when that cigar is finally lit, the experience may last only an hour. Yet behind that single moment lies years of cultivation, aging, craftsmanship, and tradition. A premium cigar is far more than tobacco. It is time, dedication, and human expertise rolled into a single creation. From seed to smoke, it represents one of the most remarkable journeys in the world of craftsmanship.